y'all know that everybody gets my name wrong? I'm Judas Iscariot. Now, that means I am from the town of Cariot. But y'all say it's scary. And I've just been letting it go for a long time. But I'm tired of letting things go. I'm always just letting things go. It's time for me to make some things happen. Judas is going to take charge for a little bit. Now, do y'all know that I am the only disciple that is not from Galilee? Now, y'all might not know what that feels like. How could you? How could you know what that feels like? You see, Cariot, where I'm from, that's southwest Judea. That's the land of Edomites. I know that's a scary word for some people. Y'all might not know what that means. Let me break it down for you. The family line of Ishmael is the Edomites. In other words, not the chosen people. And all these Galileans that I hang around with, these other disciples, they're Benjamites. So that is the chosen people of God. And they don't even say it out loud, but I know they look down on me. I know they think I'm not as good as them. What kind of place do I have in the 12 disciples? In these mission trips that we go on, do you know that we've never been to my hometown? We've been all over the northern kingdom, Israel. Jesus, in fact, said that he came for the lost sheep of Israel. And so we've been all over the north. But we've only recently started going to the southern kingdom. Hadn't been to my hometown yet. Now, it would have been kind of nice to show off my status as the premier disciple among all these other disciples. You know, we were just arguing amongst ourselves the other day about who was the greatest of all the disciples. Please. Of course it's me. You don't just guard the disciples' finances to just anybody. Now, of course, occasionally I do kind of dip in here, take a little for myself. But I mean, who can blame me after all? I mean, do you realize that Jesus sent us out with just the clothes on our back? Told us not to bring anything extra. Not to bring any extra money. Said that we would have to rely on faith. That when we got to where we were going, that people were going to take care of us. And that sounds all great and all. But I need a little safety net. I need a little bit of this to build up my faith. If I have a little bit of this, my faith is a whole lot easier. And how can I not have some doubts about my faith? You know, we were all expecting for the Messiah to come as a conquering king. That he was going to conquer Rome. He was going to conquer the bad guys for us. I don't know if you noticed, but we still live under the authority of Rome. They're still taxing us. They're still beating us. They're still crucifying us up on crosses. But if I betray Jesus, he's got two options. One, if I betray Jesus to Rome, and he is who he says he is, he ought to be able to take him out, right? I've been waiting for this revolution to happen now, and it hasn't happened yet. So if I force his hand, maybe he'll conquer Rome. Or the other option, if he's not who he says he is, if he's not really the Son of God, then they'll kill him. And good riddance. Either way, I win. Either way, something's got to change. Now, Jesus has been saying some crazy stuff lately. Jesus has been preaching stuff like, love your enemies. Pray for them. Turn the other cheek if they strike you. Now, these are some of my least favorite things. And he's been preaching against some things. Like he says, we shouldn't make money our master. That we shouldn't be ruled by this. That we shouldn't be so focused on power and prestige. Well, I'm here to tell you, those are some of my favorite things that he's preaching against. So yeah, I have my doubts. These other disciples, no matter what happens, they find some way to be happy in their circumstances. Praising God for just being used by him. Well, I think these guys have lost their minds. You see, I'm a man of resolve. And once I resolved to do something about all this, it was the strangest feeling. Once I said I was going to do something about all of this, it's like something came over me. It's like something possessed me. Suddenly I knew what I had to do. I made an arrangement with the Pharisees. They should be gathering right about now. For 30 pieces of silver, I'll take them to the place that he likes to pray at. I'll show them where he is. And then one thing or the other is going to happen. Either he's going to defeat Rome, he's going to bring in the revolution that I demand, or they're going to take him out. Either way, I win. No, what am I saying? How could I betray innocent blood like that? But it's too late to turn back now. After all, I've put aside too much. I've overlooked too much. At least I have to have the will to do what nobody else will do. There's going to be a revolution. One way or another, there's going to be a revolution. And by the end of all this, everybody is going to know Judas' name.